Folks, happy post-Thanksgiving holiday, United States. My name is Rudy. You're watching a YouTube channel called Alpha Investments, one man's journey in the state of Florida to invest, hoard, manipulate, and anger the world of people with cardboard as I store all this cardboard in Florida below sea level, because that's how smart I am. Sit back, relax as Rudy goes through what has happened the last few days. Going to be a longer video today, ladies and gentlemen, as we go through specifically Magic the Gathering, a little bit of Pokemon, mostly Magic the Gathering today, and we're going to touch on Pokemon in One Piece. And of course, we'll touch a little bit on some Flesh and Blood, Sorcery, Weiss, Lorcana, and some other things, Riftbound's craziness. So, I've been gone a few days, holidays, spending time with family, and of course now I'm tired. I'm filming this very, very late here. We've been doing inventory at this particular spot, and I've been organizing and merging all these waves of Pokemon, trying to get things inventoried and ready for the future. Because again, eventually, when all these waves and restocks and things happen, I would like to run variety pack sales on Pokemon in the future. It's just, every 3 months I get a random wave of 5 more of this item, 2 more of that item, and it's just frustrating as anything. Because I'm like, okay, do I wait for the rest of it to show up? Is the market going to keep tanking? Is it going to just, it's nauseating to overthink some of this stuff. So we're going to start off. Obviously, everybody knows this is usually the bottom of the market right now during the holiday shopping sprees. This is being filmed in between Black Friday, Small Business Saturday, Cyber Monday, and Stepsister Tuesday. So this is the most spending, most volatile time of the year. This is when, of course, the stores do all the fake sales of, crazy doorbusters, and they'll tell you there's a box of cards that's insanely cheap, but when you go there, they're sold out, or only one person. We've been through all this crap, The problem is most consumers are just dumb. A lot of Americans just aren't properly educated, and a lot of people just fall for things instead of just kind of stepping back and really using logic. So, what does all that mean? Let's take a look. Obviously, we're in the middle of the big P.C.G player, eBay, Amazon, all these things going on, right? Every LGS in the country is trying to get attention, clicks, and eyeballs on who's got the biggest fire sale. Who's going to sell at the biggest loss? That's what we're doing, right? So, I got my trusty little key spreadsheet, little printouts and details on all my numbers, and we're going to go through it, shall we? Let's start with everyone's favorite dumpster fire, Spider-Man and Magic the Gathering. First of all, play boxes, TCG player and eBay, 110 plus tax. Collector boxes, surprisingly, Spider-Man, $395 plus tax, sitting at about that $400. Substantial sell-through volume on TCG player and eBay for Spider-Man products. I think that's probably the thing I'm more surprised about. I didn't think the sell-through volume will be so heavily on Spider-Man. I thought it'd be like Avatar and Final Fantasy, to be honest with you guys. But tremendous spike in volume on Spider-Man Play at 110 plus tax, and of course collector boxes at the 400 plus tax. Essentially, in the last 48 hours, the internet between eBay and TCG Player has sold more Spider-Man product in the last 2 days than it has in the last 10 to 15 days combined. So pretty interesting to say the least. I still tell you guys, I know the internet it's not the cool thing to say. I'm still a huge bullish individual on these Avatar, Spider-Man, all this Magic product long term. I think there's tremendous opportunity right now. And as with most markets and collecting and investing in most different niche little markets around the world, most people are just so emotional and stupid right now. I almost feel bad for some people, but then I just realize I don't give a shit, So Spider-Man, definitely. I'll even go as far with you guys. I actually think, I'm actually going to go, I think I'm going to say it. I actually think Spider-Man is actually in a bottoming process right now. I think we are very close, or we are at the bottom of Spider-Man. And I know that's something that the internet that's not cool. That doesn't fit the narrative and everything. But based on, it's interesting that people are buying so much Spider-Man Play and Collector online. Why? Because TCG Player is giving you 10% cash back, so it undoes the sales tax and gives you a couple percent off. It's really fascinating that much volume is spiking. I didn't expect that. So next, let's go to the newest set, Avatar. What do we got? Avatar play boxes, holding very strong on TCG Player and eBay, $150 plus tax. Avatar Jumpstart. We had a few stores fire sale their Jumpstart and take some huge losses in the 70s and 80s, and now Avatar Jumpstart is back to $100 or $98 plus tax on TCG Player. Avatar Collectors, huge volume spike, $430 plus tax for Avatar Collectors. I understand pre-orders for Avatar Collectors were like $800 and $900 at the peak. There were even some people pre-ordering Spider-Man and Avatar Collector boxes at almost $1,000. I'm aware of that. Obviously, that was a bad move. But to call Avatar a failure right now, which is the cool thing to do, I just don't see it. I have endless messages from you guys and patrons every day, like, Rudy, can I buy it? So let me pause right there. Hang on. So just so everybody knows, I waited to film this video because I wanted to give you guys what happened. I ran a patron sale yesterday, and I did a case of Final Fantasy play boxes for $119. I pay your PayPal fees and I pay your shipping. $119 for Final Fantasy shipped. And I also did a sale on the same sale post. I had Spider-Man for the same thing. So I was selling Spider-Man play boxes for $119 and Final Fantasy play boxes for $119. Now, of course, you had to buy the case. Now, it did very well. Honestly, it did a little better than I thought it would. I thought the spending would be a little more sensitive right now. But the biggest thing that was an eye-opening thing that I experienced yesterday for the first time in probably about 12 to 18 months was it was the first pickup, an uptick in pushback from patrons and screenshots of my sale online and social media of people being angry at the price. And, this is, I found this. And of course, don't forget everybody's favorite, the infamous micro center, the micro penis thing. In the last 6 months, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, this micro center impact and psychological impact on the collectible world with Magic and Hasbro because of the micro center thing with Spider-Man. It's been a very interesting psychological study because, again, you can't get them shipped unless you drive somewhere and you see what they have in person. It really doesn't mean anything. But it was fascinating for the first time since 2022, 2023, when I ran a Magic sale, the amount of people that were angry at me for it. Not angry for the sale, but angry that I was selling Final Fantasy and Spider-Man for $119 shipped per box. And of course, you had to buy cases. But it was very interesting to me. I haven't had that in a while. It's almost my fault because I almost forgot what it was like to run a sale or offer Magic and have people be angry at me for it. It was a really interesting thing to see people talking about how much of a ripoff the Spider-Man prices and the Final Fantasy. And it was interesting because, you have to, this was a sale that, well, in order to offer it, because again, just so you guys understand, Universes Beyond play boxes are like $125 to $130 a box wholesale from a distributor. And that's assuming you have a business you're paying overhead and expenses and taxes, which I assure you, I pay plenty of. And it's fascinating how everybody 3, 6, 9, 12 months ago was begging for, MSRP for all you penis people out there on a Magic the Gathering Universes Beyond playbox is like 160 to 180 range with tax, depending how you calculate it. I think it's like 166 or 169 plus tax is technically your MSRP gang kind of number. And, when I was selling Avatar for $150 or Spider-Man for $149, everything it released, everybody was so excited. The energy level was a very distinctive feeling. Same thing when I was selling Final Fantasy for the 160s, and that's shipped. Everybody was so excited to open it and get it. Everybody was so excited. You could feel the energy in the room. And out of nowhere, I ran this sale yesterday, and it was the most amount of private angry messages and comments just bashing and negative and fuck this, I'm not doing that. I'm going to vote with my wallet. I ain't going to do, Rudy, I found this place. It's called Little P's Card Store, and they're cheaper than you. That's great. Then go there. It's okay. But you don't have to be so volatile. If you don't want to buy cards, or, just don't buy it. You don't need to try to, rally everybody together to storm the castle. Like, it's just a very interesting internet psyche that I know. It's been a long time. I wasn't mentally ready for it because I've been lazy and complacent the last year because I haven't had that kind of anger towards selling cards. It's been a while. It's I'm a little rusty. It's been a while. Now again, I sold, just so you guys know, I sold hundreds of sealed cases. So if each order, for example, is a sealed case of Spider-Man and a sealed case of Final Fantasy, like, that's 12 boxes times like 400 or 500 orders, whatever the exact number comes out to be when the payments settle. Like, 12 times 500. Anybody want to do the math? Like, we're talking thousands of boxes I even sold. I don't make any money on it at these prices, and if you live long distance, I actually lose a couple dollars. There's no profit in it. But it was very interesting to see, out of nowhere, it's like we went right back to the 2023 where everything is shit and everybody's angry. So, back to the video here. So I have another interesting sale coming up here. I got one more, I just want to throw it out there just to kind of see what happens. So for example, I have another Avatar sale coming up. If you're watching this video, the Avatar sale is coming up in a day or so. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to sell cases of Avatar play boxes with cases of Jumpstart play boxes. And yes, Avatar play boxes, as the film of this video, are $150 plus tax. Jumpstart boxes are $98 plus tax. And collector boxes are $430 plus tax. All of which are getting tremendous volume and actually doing quite well. So I am going to run one more little, I want to see what happens. Like this next sale I'm going to offer you guys, I'm going to sell Avatar for like $119 shipped and Jumpstart with it for $99 shipped. So again, if you buy this and you think Rudy's evil, that's good for you. Make sure you chant and do your little ritual in the backyard. But that gives you, $200 off market price, and it gives you a nice, that includes double box protection, signature tracking, and, I'm very curious to see if people are going to have that same kind of anger towards me, Wizards, and anyone who sells it as the previous sale I did with Spider-Man and Final Fantasy. So I'm curious on that one coming up. But anyways, moving on. So Avatar, we have very strong sell-through numbers on eBay and P.C.G. Play, everybody. Play boxes are holding strong at $150 plus tax. And I've told you all along, in this particular situation, if you want an honest opinion, because again, I have positions in everything. Okay, I'm going to give you an honest opinion. I don't think the Avatar collector boxes are nearly as attractive right now as like a $98 Jumpstart box. Or even the Avatar play box. Like, to me, the risk reward right now, when I see like a Jumpstart box, $100 kind of thing, I'm going, have we seen the cards in this? Are they all shit? Oh, they're not? Compared to, I don't know why people right now are not more excited. Well, I can't say that because we've already seen prices uptick and, the bottom's already been bought out. But I believe also Avatar's already bottomed. I'm going to call it right now. I don't think Jumpstart goes to this $50 a box thing that's bullshit that people are saying online. How Avatar Jumpstart was overprinted and it's trash. No, it's not. Avatar Jumpstart is the 2025 version of Jumpstart. Or 2026 version. It's the main Jumpstart of the year. Okay? And this is where I'm going to pause the video and try to talk to you guys like we're all 5-year-olds and we all eat crayons and glue. Okay? Just let me explain to you some history of the main Jumpstart sets. Not Jumpstart subsets like Dominaria Jumpstart and these Brothers War Jumpstart. Is that a thing? I don't care about those little mini watered down intro type Jumpstart. I mean the real ones. Jumpstart 2020, the original. Jumpstart 2022, the main one for the year. Foundations Jumpstart, which is also known as Jumpstart 2024. And of course, this new one, the Jumpstart 2025 or 6 for Avatar. These particular, like 4 Jumpstarts are the ones I'm talking about. So let me explain something to you right now. So let's pause and go back in time and hold hands together in a slightly inappropriate way. Jumpstart 2022, ladies and gentlemen, is out of print. It's long gone. It's a product that I offered patrons for 2 years for $93 shipped. It was one of my least selling cheap Rudy patron boxes that patrons just fucking didn't want. As of right now, I have 2 pallets of it, of Jumpstart 2022. And I told everyone over and over that these Jumpstarts, and the main ones, not the shitty Jumpstart, the main Jumpstart sets are fantastic long-term products. So, the reason I'm bringing this up is because I had a couple patrons yesterday that said, Rudy, please, you have to fucking bring up Jumpstart 22 in your next video. Look at it. Go on P.C.G Player. Look at Jumpstart 2022. And I was like, well, it's probably what, $100 a box instead of 93 now? No. So, for those of you not familiar, because again, there's so much product we don't pay attention and we all lose sight of things and we have to be angry at something, right? So, Jumpstart 2022, as of the filming of this video, all-time high, $145 a box. In the last 12 months, which a year ago went out of print, from 1 year ago when it went out of print, and I was selling this product for $93, it is up 80% in a year. No, it's not a Pokemon product. This is a Magic product. Oh, and here's the kicker. The amount of Jumpstart 2022 left on the open market is incredibly low, shallow, and pretty much next to nothing. The single cards are expensive, and it looks like it's heading to $200 plus a box within another 12 months. So you're looking at probably a 3x on your money on a product that nobody bought, nobody really has, and everybody ridiculed. And again, we have these conversations over and over for the last 11 years on this channel. We've seen so many things collapse, work out. We've talked about so many products, so many brands, so many sets, so many cards. And there are common denominators and certain perspectives that we all learn. When it comes to these sealed products, whether it's Pokemon or Magic, the two kind of leading, well, I guess I have to say Pokemon, Magic, or One Piece now, these 3 main brands leading the market, you cannot just listen to the internet. Well, I don't want to listen to Rudy. He's the one pushing this product. If you're new here and you're still that dumb, I can't help you. I don't have to push any product. I buy every product. Whether one sells or doesn't sell doesn't make any difference. Like, I don't know how dumb and new people can be. So, fast forward. Now we have the new Foundations Jumpstart, also known as Jumpstart 2024. And now we have this new Avatar Jumpstart, which I'm hearing rumors is the last Jumpstart ever going to be made and they're discontinuing it. These products are going to age well. Excuse me. And I'm sitting here telling you all, there are certain opportunities for these products. And people are dumping them all. They are not holding them. They're not buying them. Everybody's negative. A lot of money is going to be made in a lot of these products because the average person in this market is stupid. You all keep telling me in the comments, like, Rudy, you got to bring back the R word. You got to start calling people retarded. You got to start using the R word. You got to start saying retarded again. Are we in that era? I mean, in high school, everybody used that word, but now apparently you're not allowed to. It's derogatory. I don't fucking know. But I'm just telling you all, the markets change. And right now, Avatar, everyone's talking about the collapse of Avatar because of Spider-Man. Bro, ladies and gentlemen, what is the problem? Avatar is still $430 plus tax. With tax, that's almost $500 for some of you. That's for the collector box. The play box is $150 plus tax. That's $160s for most people. For a play box. The Jumpstart box is the only one that's weak because people are dumb, is at $100. $100 box. And people are like, I won't touch that unless it's $50. If it drops to $50, people won't buy it unless it goes to $20. It's like Bitcoin. Bitcoin can go from 120,000 to 100,000. I'm not buying that unless it goes back to 60,000. It drops to 80,000. I'm not buying that unless it goes to 40,000. The human nature is the wildest, most predictable behavior when it comes to money in kind of approaching things. Humans, as unpredictable, like in the Matrix and human choice and all these things, and that's why the Matrix always failed, because the architect and human choice would destroy the Matrix and Mr. Smith and, but at the end of the day, when it comes to certain things, humans are the most predictable, dumbass living organisms there are. It's crazy. So anyways, that's my rant on Jumpstart. And that's my rant on people acting like Avatar is going to zero and it's a terrible product. Sure, do Wizards fuck up certain things? Where's the serialized cards for Spider-Man and Avatar? Where are some of the subsets and power levels in certain reprints they could have thrown in like they did with Final Fantasy or Lord of the Rings? They didn't do it. They didn't do it. Now, whether they couldn't do it, they weren't allowed to do serialized cards, I don't have the answer to some of these things. Some people have rumored and speculated and told me these things. I can't prove or disprove them, so you guys have to make your own opinion. I don't fucking know, okay? But I can tell you, we don't have strong reprints, like in Final Fantasy and Lord of the Rings. We don't have a serialized card set. So again, Spider-Man and Avatar are not going to be $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 collector boxes like Final Fantasy is going to be, or Lord of the Rings will be, because it just doesn't contain the mechanics and the utility and the quantity of subsets and the desirability and all the different slots. It's just not there. Now, does that mean that $430 plus tax, $450? Does that mean $450 Avatar is really that bad? Then don't buy it. Don't buy it. Get angry. I wouldn't pay that much, Rudy. And then it goes to 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 or 900. I still wouldn't pay that. The people who are saying that online, they will never buy anyways. And those are the people that spew their regurgitated gunk on the internet that influence the people who do buy things. Or you're just an idiot like me and you just fucking buy everything, and sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't, and you don't give a shit. Because again, I would rather live my life with no regrets versus winning or losing. I don't skip products. I don't skip Avatar. I don't skip Jumpstart. I don't skip Spider-Man. I don't skip Pokemon. I would rather buy the product. You guys don't want to buy it. Patrons won't want to buy it. I'd rather buy the product, lose money, and get stuck with it. The downside risk is more attractive than the regrets of missing a Final Fantasy, a Lord of the Rings, a Fallout, or any of these things. I don't want to be out of the game. It's like it's like buying the SPY or the VOO. On the Wall Street, I don't want to be out of the market. I don't care if the market tanks and I lose millions in the S&P. That's part of being an investor, and that's a risk I accept when I click that buy button. But let me tell you something. Being out of the market and be like, oh, look, it collapsed and I was out of the market and I missed the drop. Hey, good for you. But you know what haunts me? Not losing money, not being wrong, not the internet and social media making fun of me. I can handle all that. The shit that will stay with you for life is the stuff that you sat out and you watched the price run away from you. And you sat there all along going, I thought about that. I knew I should have bought it. I thought about it all night. I didn't pull the trigger. I didn't buy it. I didn't buy that stock. I didn't buy that box of cards. I didn't do it. And suddenly now that's your fucking black swan. That's your white whale. That's the thing, that's the shit that's gonna haunt you. That's the stuff I don't want to live with. I hate regrets. I can take the ridicule. You can make fun of Rudy for investing in Spider-Man. I don't care. But man, I'd rather be known as the guy who bought all the Spider-Man collector boxes. 1,800 boxes right now, by the way. Spider-Man collectors, and being the guy losing because the price keeps dropping. But I am not going to be the guy who skips the whole thing and ridicules it. And in 5 years from now, I am not going to be that guy. Okay, moving on from this. Next thing up. I want to contact a few small things. Edge of Eternities, some commander decks, and things like that. So first of all, Edge of Eternities play boxes are 170 plus tax. Again, if you don't like money and you think Rudy is some evil satanic person, that's great. Go online, pay 170, 180 for Edge of Eternities. I have 3,000 Edge of Eternities coming in 45 days. Who the fuck is dumb enough to pay 175? Like, I had a patron message say, Rudy, bro, you should just not sell Edge of Eternities for $100 to your patrons. Put 3,000 boxes on P.C.G player for like 150, 160, and just clean up with tons of free tendies. Like, yeah, I would make more money making an eBay P.C.G player listing, not putting thousands. I'd like to mask my inventory, so I'll only put like 6 or 12 up. Then every time it sells, I'll just relist it over and over. So, a bunch of idiots online go, oh my God, that guy's got 1,000 listed. No, you got to mask it because, again, there are people out there that are easily influenced and they get stupid. Like, yeah, I could do that. I would make more money when these things happen. Like when I sold, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 Final Fantasy boxes yesterday for $119. I would make 3 times the patron money, literally putting it all on eBay and TCG Player for $150, $160 and making $30, $40 a box times 2,000 boxes and making $100,000. Yeah, I would have made more money. But you stay the course of certain things, okay? And right now, love of God, whoever you are out there, stop buying Edge of Eternity Edge of Eternity play boxes for $170. There's a giant reprint coming. If I'm getting thousands, the average store is going to get cases. I'm going to sell them for $100. The price is going to collapse. Whoever you are, stop wasting your money and paying double the price of what they should be. Okay. Edge of Eternity collectors, $380 plus tax, so about $400 still, holding very strong. Very bullish. If you don't have Edge of Eternity collectors and you missed out, this is probably the bottom. This is the time you probably need to buy that. I don't have any for sale. Patrons kind of wiped me out on that. I may have a reserved case. But my honest opinion on that is Edge of Eternity collectors are going to be $1,000 box, similar to Wilds of Eldraine collectors in the future, which Wilds of Eldraine collectors also pulled back some. Edge of Eternity collectors, though, they're about $400 now, so they're pretty stable. It's already bottomed. That's a product that you probably need to get into. If you are serious about this market in sealed product and long term, highly recommend Edge of Eternity collectors. That's $1,000 collector box in the next 24 months. Okay, moving on here. Commander, real quick. I want to cover a few things per the request of patrons. First thing, Commander. Rudy, Commander, Lord of the Rings, Warhammer. Can you discuss this shit? First of all, Warhammer. Yes, the Commander decks are like $800, $900 for the regular, not the collector Warhammer. They're long gone out of print. They reprinted Warhammer Commander decks like 3, 4, 5 times. I sold them to patrons, thousands of them. I'm happy. Thousands of you guys made a ton of money. I know a couple of you guys bought like 20, 30 Warhammer Commander decks from me. I know some of you guys literally made $10,000, $15,000 on that one thing from me. I'm happy for you. Super cool. It's a safe thing. It's out of print. It is what it is. I think the Warhammer probably $800 Commander decks can probably go over $1,000. There's still money to be made if you missed out. I don't have any for sale, but yeah, if you bought them from other people, you'd probably still make some money. Lord of the Rings. Okay. Lord of the Rings in Bloomborough, some of these older Commander decks that had multiple restock waves that are kind of at the end of their life cycle, highly Rudy blue chip recommended. Do I have any here? I do not. Not in this location. Highly, highly recommend. Lord of the Ring Commanders are already back to Lord of the Ring Commanders are $210 plus tax. Bloomborough back to $125 plus tax. Bloomborough Commanders were $300 before the reprint. Even right now at $125 plus tax, that's $140. These things are going back to $200 to $300 to $400 into the future. Bloomborough Commanders, hands down, fucking have exposure to it. That is a straight Rudy. I'm going to give you financial advice with your stepsister. I don't care how cute your mom is. Bloomborough Commanders for a long 3 to 5 year hold. Oh my God. I'm all about it. I'm building position. I'm getting it. I'm doing the best I can. Same thing. Lord of the Rings at $210 now. End of its life cycle with the Hobbit and these different things coming. I like them for Commander decks. Now the newer Commander decks, Aether Drift Commander, Duskmourn Commander, these are still newer. So the odds are they're probably going to have one more reprint wave in 2026. So again, good products, but be aware, short term, it's going to be very volatile when the reprint hits. I don't think they're fully out of print. That's all. Okay, next, basic stuff. Duskmourn play boxes, $135 plus tax. Outlaws of Thunder Junction, $125 plus tax. Tarkir Dragonstorm, $110 plus tax. Like, all of these things are doing just fine. Like these are, I mean, again, the market's bad. And I'm reminding you this, just like I told you guys last week. Even my own patron data, the amount of my patrons buying the cheap magic boxes available any day, anytime on the front page of the Rudy Magic List. I sell them all 118 shipped. Even Duskmorn, that's $120 off market with tax and shipping. It's not selling that much. Karlov Manor, Outlaw Center Junction, Tarkir, same thing. Right now, the spend rate across the board has been pulled back in. And again, I'm telling you right now, well, Rudy, magic isn't collectible and investable anymore. Rudy, all these things are printed to oblivion. I'm glad you brought that up. I was ready for you to say that. Okay, let's go back to another set. We already talked about Jumpstart. Let's touch on Wildsville Drain real quick. Okay. Oh God, I just can't. This is just, I wish there are times in life though. I do wish people would follow up and acknowledge certain things, but that's not how the internet works. Okay, so Wildsville Drain set boxes and draft boxes. Wildsville Drain draft boxes, you guys know, I sold to the patrons for the $93 price point on Wildsville Drain draft for 2.5 years for $93. Wildsville Drain draft are now $200 plus tax. So in less than 15 months, it's doubled in price. Not a Pokemon product, a sealed magic draft box. Not a collector box, not a Pokemon product, not a One Piece product, a basic magic draft box. Next, as you guys know the history here, Wildsville Drain set boxes, I never got to carry or offer that to patrons. A few months ago, Wildsville Drain set boxes finally actually got a reprint out of nowhere. So then, I was excited. I told you guys this is the time to buy on the Wildsville Drain set box opportunity. You guys remember this conversation? Of course you don't, because it's the fucking internet. Everybody just acts stupid and forgets everything that happens. Wildsville Drain set boxes hit $190 to $200 a box. Wildsville Drain set had a reprint, and it tanked from $190 all the way back to $110, $120. I ran a patron sale, sold out, and I finally got to offer it, okay? I told everybody, you need to buy on this tail end of these product life cycles. Guess what? 5 months later, I'm sitting here again, older and hairier. Wildsville Drain set boxes hit new all-time high. $220 plus tax. So literally, once again, not a collector box, not a One Piece box, not a Pokemon product, a Magic the Gathering set box. Doubled in price in 6 months. Okay, next, let's go back to everyone's favorite. We covered the Jumpstart, we covered the Wilds, we talked about Commander. I'm going to touch on Baldur's Gate real quick and all this Black Friday, Cyber Stepsister stuff. I have to bring this to the market's attention. Understand, Baldur's Gate set boxes are all-time high $200. Baldur's Gate draft boxes are all-time high right now, just broke, $200 plus tax. Not the collector box. Baldur's Gate draft and set are now $200 plus tax each. Again, this was the worst product in modern Magic history that bankrupted stores and literally imploded the bear market, and people act like Spider-Man is bad. Like, I lived through Baldur's Gate, and literally a couple years later, these are the prices for Baldur's Gate draft and set. The last time I sold Baldur's Gate set boxes, I sold my last pallet to patrons a couple years ago. In the Baldur's Gate set box prices, I think I sold them for $65 a box on clearance, because even then, it was a very dirty sale. People bitched at me and were angry because it wasn't $50 a box. That's a 300% return in 2 years. Again, that most people miss out on over and over and over again. Stay the course, folks. You don't have to buy from me, but just listen to the videos, support your local store, buy on P.C.G Player, buy from anybody. Stay the fucking course. It's really that simple. Okay. All right, Chocobo bundles. Final Fantasy holiday thing here with Chocobo bundles. $200 plus tax as the film of this video online. I am getting a pallet or two of the Chocobo bundles. Yes, in the next 7 days, I am going to be offering the Chocobo bundles to patrons. Because the demand is so high, I'm probably going to do maybe a half case or something. I don't know if I'll be able to do a whole case. I'm not sure yet. I'm going to maybe try, but I'm not quite sure yet, okay? So, everybody wants my opinion. So Chocobo bundles are this new specialty Final Fantasy product. It does not have collector packs, but it has new specialty cards in it, plus other play boosters and blah, blah, blah. It is a good looking product. It is Final Fantasy. It does have some cool, unique cards in it. It is going to do very well. It will age well long term. I don't know at release if it goes from 200 and everybody fire sells it, it drops to 150, and then it goes back to 2, then to 253. I have no idea what the price is going to do in the short term. I'm letting you know, yes, in the next 7 days on the sale list in December here coming up on the first of the month, I'll post a new schedule for you guys on patrons so you'll know what sales are coming. Yes, it'll be on there with some Pokemon sales for December, with some other sales and Magic sales, and it will sell out. Some people will be happy, some people will be angry. It's 200 plus tax. I don't know if that's going to be considered high or low in the next few days. The market's changing so quick, I genuinely don't know. Okay, that's enough talk of Magic and Pokemon. Let's go over, I'm going to touch on, let's touch real quick on Pokemon, then I'm going to jump to One Piece, and then Sorcery and Weiss and Flesh and Blood and everything. Quick thing on Pokemon. I'm seeing a lot of money spending and buying on Pokemon on this holiday spree right now. I do believe this is the bottom of the Pokemon dip. The moment you're watching this video, plus or minus the next 10 days, I believe either 10 days ago to the next 2 weeks, we are in the window of the short-term bottom of Pokemon. I believe we are going to start seeing price upticks again moving into the future. Now, I know a lot of you think I'm wrong, and Rudy's just trying to fluff his bags or whatever you want to say. Just my opinion. Do with it what you want. Now, I know there's this big Pokemon 30th anniversary stuff coming. I know there's a lot of chitter chatter online. I'm just going to give you a very basic thing with Pokemon. It doesn't matter. It's Pokemon. I'm going to give you a complicated, very crazy Rudy answer. Just buy it and stay the course. That's it. I don't care if you go on P.C.G Player right now and pay $250 for a Pokemon box that's ME2, or you pay $250 for a box of SVO4 Paradox Rift from 2 years ago. Doesn't make a difference. If you buy it and you just wait, nature will take its course. Don't overthink it. Don't overanalyze the cards in the set. Don't overanalyze what the internet thinks. Don't overanalyze what card is hot and what's not right now. Don't overanalyze it. That's it. It's really that basic. Moving on. So One Piece is starting to feel like it's evolving again. And I'm starting to think One Piece might be... It might be a bigger thing than I think for the future. I don't think One Piece is a bubble. But I'm starting to think One Piece is going to be, not only is it here to stay, but it's getting to the point, because of what I'm seeing in the market, in chatter, in stores, and people, I'm really thinking this One Piece situation could be a lot bigger than I've realized all along. And One Piece might become a really, really, really big Goliath. The management of Bandai and the brand, the cards, the quality, the art, in what they're doing. Sure, some of the sets are overpowered or broken, the new set. But the amount of pros versus cons on One Piece right now is extraordinarily impressive. And I'm a little upset at myself for not seeing this sooner. But it's becoming very, I've been looking, the amount of patrons even private messaging me, asking me for older One Piece. I'm like, folks, I've sold almost 1,000 boxes of One Piece of almost every set from the last 10 One Piece sets. There are over 1,000 patrons that have made insane money on buying One Piece from me over the last 2 years. It is what it is. It is what it is. I don't have old One Piece to sell. I'm just letting you all know I don't have much skin in the game in One Piece, but it's definitely something that I'm paying more attention to, and I believe I've underestimated. That's all. Okay, next. Sorcery Gothic. The excitement on Sorcery has been a lot stronger than I expected. I was a little nervous. I'm not going to say I was negative and bearish, but I was a little nervous because of after Arthurian Legends was released, a lot of people, the market rejected it, a lot of price dumping and a lot of anger and a lot of things didn't work out the way I would have liked to see with how the execution was on Arthurian Legends with print runs and the design of the product. It is what it is. Still a beautiful product. But I wasn't sure how that was going to impact the release of Gothic. I have not even done a box opening of Gothic, but I'm sure over the next few days, as we hit the release date and we go in the future, the internet's going to be flooded with Gothic box openings. And I have a funny feeling if this product delivers and we have a follow through, it's going to be an incredibly big deal. Because like I told you before, the only thing I know is Gothic is double the size, the set size, and the print run is lower. That's the only fact I know. Past that, we're all in the same boat of speculation. But people are really, really excited about it. I ran my Sorcery Gothic sale, and people were just pumped by it. They were absolutely off the chart excited. I do have reserve and leftover Sorcery Gothic and Rudy kits and the promo cards and the play mats, and I do have extra. A lot of you guys are messaging me, can you buy extra? Can I buy extra kits? Can I do this? Moving in the next December, January, once things stabilize and I see exactly how many leftover sorcery things are left, I think I will probably try to run another Sorcery Gothic sale as long as I have at least 50 to 100 kits left over. Now, I haven't even shipped it all out yet, so I don't know the exact amount that's left. I don't think I have a ton left, but I do have some left. So, that's that. Very excited to see how it unfolds. In the world of Weiss, the new Konosuba set was really, really good. The Furin reprint is landing any day, which for some reason everybody still skipped and people are going crazy for. The Nikki set is flat. Azure Lane 2 Booby Girls, again, flat. A lot of these smaller Weiss sets, some like recent ones, like the SAO set, was it Sword Art? Or was it SAO? No. Maybe it was SAO. No, Gun Gale. A lot of the market rejected it. Prices tanked. I didn't even run my patron sale on the product. I got my product in. I got the pallet in. Prices tanked so much. The market collapsed. I literally didn't even run the sale on it because everybody would just be angry at it. Like, my costs in the boxes are like $55 a box for like the Gun Gale 2019 reprint. Or 2018? It's like a super old set of Weiss. It might cost like $55 a box. And like, they're online for like $30. Like, I can't even do anything. So, yeah, sometimes Weiss sets come out and they tank. Just like a Magic set. So that's going on with that, right? Other Weiss sets have skyrocketed. We've seen the Bucci the Rock. We've seen the recent one, the Lycoris, the premium and the regular double in price. We've seen older ones double in price. We're seeing, I can't think of the names. I should have made a list. A lot of the older Weiss sets from the last 2 years have done really well. So there you go. Last but not least, I need to touch on, you guys wanted me to comment on the Flesh and Blood most recent set, Super Slam. What do I have left? I have half a pallet. which is 60 cases? No, I think, wait, 176, 80. It was 90 cases I had left. But then one patron bought a ton. So I think now I'm down to like 50 cases. And this was an excess product that I got from another store after release because they panicked and dumped it all to me. Look, Super Slam's the first weak Flesh and Blood set we've seen in about 5-6 sets. Online, the market rejected Super Slam. The market's not happy with it. Box prices are $75 plus tax. It is what it is. The price tanked. It's not doing well. People aren't happy with it. I didn't think it was really that. I did a box opening with you guys. I didn't think it was a terrible set, but again, I'm not a competitive, hardcore, spike player. I don't know the details. I'm not sure if it's lack of, just support for certain classes and characters and heroes. If it's just didn't have reprints that people wanted, or they just found the set to be bland. I don't know. Okay, next but not least, the next Flesh and Blood set coming in a few months. This Return to Wraith kind of set is Flesh and Blood's first ever premium priced box. I think like wholesale store cost is like $90. And MSRP is I think like $160, $170 or something. I have no idea how it's going to go. Some people are off the chart excited, blowing up my messages. Other people are saying this is going to be the first thing that's going to collapse. I don't know how people can say it because we don't know what's in the set. A lot of people have been asking me, what's going to happen with it? Rudy, are you going to have a promo or is there going to be a playmat? I don't have any information this early. I'm going to reach out to Legend Story to see what the game plan is. It's a premium product for more, expensive reprints for players and Majestics. It's got a lot of collectability. It's got an Antiquities gold pack of like throwback cards. There's a lot of things going on here. So as we get closer to that, we'll do more information and discuss it. I just don't know much about it right now. I know some people are off the chart excited though. Other people are very skeptical. So I'm getting very mixed reviews right now. That's what's going on. Last but not least, we're going to wrap the video up here. We'll wrap the video up here. I just want to say that going into 2026, when it comes to Magic, everybody's super negative. On Spider-Man, on Avatar, the only positive thing I hear is people are excited about the new Lorwyn set. After that, every single person, store, distributor, business, collector, investor is scared shitless in making fun of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Every single person has been saying they're going to do very little ordering. The product's going to bomb. Be careful. Don't have much exposure. The negativity around Ninja Turtles and the collapse of this thing is the worst I've seen in a long time. I don't know what to think about it. I just wanted to at least pass along what stores, distribution, and collectors and whales and investors are telling me. And there's a lot of scared, jittery money that thinks Ninja Turtles is going to be the biggest thing, the biggest collapse in modern Magic releases. Look, in the 90s, I was a huge Ninja Turtles kid. I had the action figures. I watched the cartoons. I had a huge crush on April in her yellow outfit in the cartoon when I was a kid. I don't know how it's going to do as a Magic set. It could be an utter disaster. It may be a surprise. I don't have an answer for you guys, but a lot of you all have been asking me about this whole thing. I can tell you, it's a very high-risk release. And if the market's right, and everybody's going into it with that much negative attitude, it could be a self-fulfilling prophecy, or it could be a big opportunity because no one's going to buy it. I don't know. But I do know you all are telling me you think it's all dog shit and everybody's making fun of it, and just use caution. Everybody's negative. That's all. Thanks for watching the videos. As I approach my 11th year on YouTube, thanks everybody for the long-term support. It's been a very surreal life doing this with you guys the last 11 years. And I hope I can continue the journey with you guys into the future. And I assure you all, there's going to be a lot of surprises. We're going to have a lot more things that are going to tank. We're going to have a lot more things that are going to spike. And we're going to have a lot of surprises in this market. We'll see what happens. I have a bunch of fun, unique little sales, obviously throughout the months. New card games, different things. The HoloLives, the Godzilla. I like to do Gundam and Riftbound if they would print the product. We do the little shard bug sales. We've got some other new little card game sales we're going to try with some other patrons, different things. And we're going to have fun and see what happens. That's really about it, everybody. In about 60 days, we'll have some big announcements with P.C.G, Premier Card Grading, and the massive, massive expansion and game plan for 2026. And I don't think I don't want to reveal it. I don't want to do anything because I know there are people who work for PSA and they work for TAG and they work for Beckett's. And guess what? They watch this channel and they're aware of who I am and they're aware of P.C.G. So I don't want to reveal what's about to happen or what's in the game plan or the expansion plan, but just laying it out there. So other than that, everybody, thank you very much. As always, it's a beautiful world out there. I know it's not perfect. I know 3i Atlas is coming. There's aliens and spaceships. I know there's a lot of anger. I know everybody hates, every Republican hates every Democrat, and every Democrat hates every Republican, right? And I know everybody out there in the card world, Rudy hates the Game Piece Army. The Game Piece Army hates to have cards and boxes of value and things that are expensive. That's the world we live in. But remember, folks, we're all people. And everybody deserves to be respected and be kind to and do the right thing. Things will work out in the end. So, thank you all for watching the videos as we head into the end of 2025. Thank you to the largest patron army ever assembled in the cardboard world. Again, I don't accept outside sponsorships. As you guys know, I run a very strict thing. And yes, this is your monthly friendly reminder. The rumors on the internet are true. When you close your account on Patreon, my system locks you out and bans you for life. Everybody gets one chance. I'm not Netflix. I'm not Amazon. I'm not Blockbuster. I'm not Redbox. And, everybody gets one fair and equal chance. I don't allow people to open and close their account over and over, to game the system, buy something, close their account, come back a month later. And so those rumors on the internet about Rudy just banning everybody who closes their account, those rumors are true. That's not fake news, everybody. It's a very strict thing to tell people, stay the course, and things will work out in the long run. It builds a good customer base, and it keeps more emotional stability for everybody. Let's go with that. I think we're in for good times ahead, and I encourage everybody to use caution on being too negative when you have a bad day or you see negative news cycles. It's more beautiful out there than you think. I'm telling you guys. Don't forget to hug a family member. Don't forget to go outside and look at the real world and put the phone down. Have a beautiful day. All right, penis.